Hello, hi. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Did I not? I'm keeping that in. Last video, I said I was about to go. I was gonna go to a market or whatever. They have I was leaving. I was gonna go to like this walking street, walking thing where they have all of the fun knickknacks for the tourists. And I went there and I remember I remember every time I do it. I'm like, man, I shouldn't be alone. I should not be in my room. I should go out and walk around and then I do. And then I go, oh my God, oh, this is horrible. This is the worst thing. This is the worst thing. I don't understand why people enjoy like those kind of activities. There's a huge, it's a very long um, road, and there's also like another road that intersects, and they just shut it down to traffic, and the locals or whoever puts their stalls up and sells, you know, different things, and you're just smushed in there with all these other people as you slowly walk through, and you know, I'm not. I mean, I talk about this all the time. Green lights on. I talk about this all the time. That I'm not someone that's what's the word, compulsive? Impulsive. I'm not impulsive, and I don't spend money. Um, so I could see literally anything. I mean, they have like little food things. They have things to buy that are like, I don't know. To me, it's like tourist kind of like little things. And some of them I'm like, oh, that's cool or cute or whatever. And in the past, whenever I've come, I would always think like I should buy something for my family. But I have no idea what I would buy. And I don't think they'd want it. My mom's always trying to throw things away or get rid of things. So they would want it. And it's not exciting when you get a gift from somewhere else. You know, it's exciting when you got it and you're like, I remember when I was there. So, anyways, I went there. Oh, and in my new hotel that I'm at, the funny thing is, I go out. I'm on the fourth floor, and I go out and I go to the elevator, and the button had already been pressed to go down. So I've got like weird phlegm going on right now, and so I stood there and I waited. And while I was waiting, two people came out and went down the stairs. And eventually, and I just kept waiting. I'm like, well, I guess a bunch of people are using this or whatever. And I go down and I go down and I go down and I go down. And then I stop and someone runs up and goes to the elevator doors. And I kind of, and it's like, it's hard to explain, but it was weird. Um, there's a very large guy, foreigner. Some of these European dudes are like gigantic people. And he puts um, his hands like this, and he's opening the door to the elevator, and he has like a key thing, like the turn. And what I see also is that there is a smaller person and a guy, and he's also trying to open the doors. And I just stand there and I realize what's going on. They're trying to open the doors. Something, I guess the elevator's stuck. And I'm like, holy shit, is this like dangerous? Like, what's going on? And I'm thinking, should like, can I help somehow? Except I knew I couldn't because like there just wasn't space and like, I, I don't know. And once again, I'm left with this self knowledge that if anybody ever needs my help for anything, I'm fucking useless. I'm useless. You know, if there's ever danger, I'm either gonna run away or I'm just gonna stand there and just go, should I do something? What's going on? What should I do? Eventually they're getting the doors open and, and like, and people come out. Like I see the, the elevator hadn't made it all the way to the top, but like probably like 75% or maybe more, maybe like 80% had gotten up. So it wasn't, you know, there's the, like, here's the door and then there's like a little bit of up top. And so they like stream out of here, out of there. And it was like 5 people or yeah, probably. And they're all like, you know, saying thank you and like kind of not laughing, but they're like, holy shit, you know. And so that we all kind of go down together. I'm just kind of like, I felt kind of weird about it. I'm like, I'm not really a part of this, but I feel like I am. I'm, you know, I kind of was, you know, in a way. They like, there was on a second floor that they all got out on. It only made it up to the second floor. And they all go down and leave and literally just go across the street and go to a massage place. They're like, I guess you know, we got to get a massage now. And they talked, but they were all talking in a different language. When I came back later on, and today, there's been there are signs now, just pieces of paper saying only 3 people and only 2 if you've got luggage. It's only, you know. And so for the first 2 times that I got back to the elevator, I was like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't get on the elevator. But I wrote down and up today, so there you go. The other thing, oh yeah, last night when I went out, I don't know why I can't do food. I can't make myself. There's something weird when I'm walking. I can't just stop. It's almost like I'm not hyper focused, but hyper focused on getting to where I'm going, except because I'm not going anywhere, I'm just like walking and I can't get myself to either slow down or stop. And you know, one thing I wanted to do last night was just get some food and go to a place to sit down and eat. And I kept walking and kept walking and kept walking. I remembered one place that I could go. So I went towards it and then I got to it and I kept walking. I kept walking. I kept walking. Why? And I ended up walking to a 7-Eleven. And yeah, I did. I was walking back after I got all the food at the 7-Eleven. And I'm like, so why can I do it? What is the seven? Like, and what I came to a conclusion was that a 7-Eleven is so. I'm sorry. This is, you see this chair. This is my chair. It's very uncomfortable. But I was walking back in some alley, and I guess a 7-Eleven. It's like a grocery store. It's like it's very easy. You walk in, you pick out your food or whatever you're getting, sometimes just water, and you go to the counter and you put it down, and they check you out, and they say this amount of money, and you give them money, and then they give you the change, and then you leave. There's no, for me, there's no, do I tip? How much do I tip? I will tip, but how much do I tip? Um, and there's no, where am I going to sit? Do I just go grab a table, which usually is kind of the custom if it's like there's certain restaurants, I guess, where you would be told where to sit. But just in these local places, you just kind of like walk to a table and just and sit at a place that's free. And then then there's the menu. Then they do this really for me as a American person, they do this thing where they just stand there sometimes, and they they give you the menu, and they just stand there. I mean, often there's not a lot of menu choices, but like I need time. I need a moment. I need a moment. Although they've been like the places that I've gone this time have been a lot for this trip have been a lot better at just like kind of leaving you alone until you like go, hey, okay, I'm ready to order. But like all these tiny, tiny, tiny things build into this like huge problem that I that stops me. And so I go to a 7-Eleven. Plus, I really genuinely enjoy eating my food in my room. I enjoy the peacefulness of it. I enjoy I enjoy having a thing to watch, a YouTube video or something. I enjoy like having like it's almost like this is my me time, Even yeah, it's my me time. So, and I always forget. I just now remembered again. But they literally have like an Uber Eats kind of thing. They have Grab, and they have a bunch of other food services like DoorDash, except it's not DoorDash, where you can just order something and then the motorbike person brings it to you. And I keep thinking I should do that, and I keep forgetting about it until it's too late. Today was pretty normal. I went to a coffee place that can also double as a place to be on your laptop. And a lot of working foreigners were there. And I left and came back here and then went to work out. And I really, I don't know. I joined a gym, and I never work out around people in America. And a lot of these dudes are like built, they're just jacked. And and they know how to use the equipment. They know how to use they know the exercise they're doing, and I kind of just I know a little bit, but I know very little. I've never learned. I've lifted dumbbells and that kind of thing, but I've never learned how to like deadlift. I never learned how to like do the certain movements. It looks like it looks easy enough, but the problem is that I like to I like to practice all this stuff on my own. I don't want to practice. I tried doing this one thing this time where you like attach a thing to a cable or whatever, and you pull it. But I couldn't. Every time I pulled, I just kind of like wanted to fall forward, and I just kept thinking, nobody's looking at you. Don't worry. No one's. It was. I guess I went late tonight, and there wasn't too many people there, and yeah, like nobody was looking, but I couldn't figure out like what how this even worked and how I could stand with my body because you're just kind of standing there, you're pulling this way, and I'm like, do I lean back? Do I like plant my feet? Do I? So I left there and walked home and went to a 7-Eleven and got food and came home. And one thing I did the first time when I was coming back here, I did get food. I've been to this one place before, and I'm always a little bit weirded out. It's a incredibly old grandma and grandpa, and they just keep. I don't know if they need to keep it open or if they just want something to do and just want to keep making a buck here and there. But there's just an old grandma that cooks. Great grandma. I'm not talking about grandma. I'm talking great grandma. I'm not talking about a spry grandma. I'm talking and grandpa. And I sat down and the grandpa like shuffled over, just like made, he got up. I'm like, oh my God, dude. Like, should I just come to you? It wasn't even far. But I feel uncomfortable. And in a way, I wanted to like support them, kind of. It's funny if you look on their Google Google Maps. There's all these reviews that are like, "Oh, this is great. It's great food." And it's normal. It's normal food. But I think everyone feels really bad for these really old people. And the grandma, the great grandma, is just like hunched, completely hunched over while she's cooking this food. And and it was weird. It was uncomfortable. But I've been there before. That's one thing that's very helpful to me. The moment that I've been somewhere, I'm like, okay, I've been here. Somehow, even though I don't really remember necessarily how everything worked, it still gives me some weird sense of calm that I've been there. I don't know how to say this. So, all right, well, that was my day. I hope your day's been going good. And that was my last night, too. And like always, I guess I've been playing things up here, very interesting things. Me walking. That's what I've been. I've tried to remember to keep like recording random stuff. You know, one thing, I'll put it up there now. I stopped. I was walking back from the gym, uh, and I came upon a temple. You know, most temples are closed during the nighttime. They'll even like cap the gate shut and stuff. This temple, it's always lit up, and it's very, you'll see, it's very beautiful. And so I decided to record that and share it with you guys. I walked in, and I turned, and there was a monk sitting at a whatever, a bench. And all of a sudden, I kind of became aware that, like, typically in temples, you're supposed to have like, well, they want you to have like long slacks or jeans or something, and you're supposed to be covered up, not like all the way, but like a t-shirt at least, and covering your shoulders and stuff. And when I went in and saw the monk, all of a sudden I was like, oh wait, oh, like I'm just even less politely dressed, I guess. I have my like sweaty gym clothes on and my sweaty gym shorts. And but I was like, well, I'm in here already, so I was like, sorry guys. And there was a woman. Um, I don't know if you call it praying. Their version of praying. The interesting thing, and I took a picture. They have a tip where a donation box where you can put bot. The funny thing is, like over here, they never got like credit cards and debit cards and that kind of stuff. Like, of course, some people have them, I guess, but they just never got that. They don't really have the, I don't know how to say, infrastructure or something. You know, one time I went to a hotel and I wanted to pay with a debit card, and they said cannot. And they said, okay, well, come with me. And we like walked across the street to a different hotel that I guess was owned and by the same people. And I paid over there for the room over here because they had a thing to take the card. And at first they couldn't take it. They were like trying to figure it out. They didn't know. So what I think is interesting, they might have skipped over debit cards and credit cards, or they might not have gotten that. But what they have now, with all of the smartphones, everyone's got a smartphone, is that they have this like QR payment thing where if you have if you have like the bank, you can do the QR payment through the bank. So it's and they had like a little over the donation or whatever it's called, the box to give money. They had a QR code, and I was like, interesting. I don't know. It was interesting to me just because it would be like going to church, and instead of having it, I mean, you can pay with a check, I guess. But imagine going to a church and they would have like a donation thing, and they'd say like, okay, well, we can scan your debit card, or you can pay with Apple Pay or something like that. I don't know. It was this weird, like, so many things here are kind of, how do you say, like less technologically um, modern, maybe, I don't know. But then they have this like very modern version, and then it's attached to the temple, which I always think of as the opposite of modern, I guess. I don't know if that makes any sense. So there you go. Um, Good night, everybody. Good day. Have a good life. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Goodbye, everybody. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. This way this time. Bye bye.